Todd, what's your favorite thing about Natalie?
My favorite thing about Natalie.
And we're out of time. Thanks for
with Matt King and Mike Sheffer.
I have to delete Facebook. I have a bad addiction going to Facebook.
on Facebook.
Yes, because
it's
I think
pretty funny,
right now we're reaching an age where I get really hung up and sucked in on just people from my past, because right now everyone's getting married, everyone's having babies, and it just affirms how old you're getting.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, it's like a slot machine. You're like, who's pregnant, who's married, and you just see it, you're like, whoa, that's strange, because you only knew that person in your life from like your childhood, and it's just weird seeing how old we're getting.
Right. That they're now going to be the parents.
Girls used to hook up with, getting all pregnant and shit. Huh?
That's strange. You're like, wow, okay, that's
That's a weird phenomenon.
I know.
Isn't it always like a strange feeling when
Yeah.
someone that you used to run with, you see them and then they're having
Yeah.
a baby, you're like, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Or
or-
if they're married and it's like that's the person they're going to be with for the rest of their life, and
Yeah.
like you're not with them
thinking
anymore.
you would get a second chance.
No. I'm
though.
just saying like you were with them for a temporary amount of time, and now someone else is with them for a permanent amount of time.
Yeah.
It is weird and that puts into perspective like how much time has passed since like turning 20, like turning 21, going to the bars like with all your friends, and like that's all you knew, or all I knew for a while, and seeing the same people over and over again for like 2-3 years, and then it's just gone. I don't even talk to those people anymore.
It's strange when you say how long you've been in LA and how that number
Yeah.
gets longer. It sometimes how long I've been in LA like makes me cringe more than saying how old I am, because
How long have you been here?
now 6 years. But I remember it just being like, oh, I moved here 2 years ago, 3
Yeah.
years ago, 6. I've been in LA longer than I was when I was in Austin and in college, you know?
Whoa.
Like that makes you feel like, whoa,
Yeah.
I've seen so much.
Yeah, exactly. I think I moved here like 24, 25, so I've been here about like 5-ish, 6 years. I'm like the same amount of time as you.
Yeah.
And it used to be cool, like saying like, oh, how long have you been in LA for? Like, oh, I just moved here a year, 2 years. It's kind of cool. You're fresh and green. But now it's just like we've been here for so long.
Yeah.
What-
I remember
what's
when I
the
was
new
here
thing,
for
you
2
know?
weeks. I went to a party with you. That party where we like walked like 100 flights of stairs. I think it's the night I met Cam. Maybe it might have been that second night that you ever met Patricia too. It was like
yes,
It was
yes.
literally 2 weeks after I moved here, and I think Patricia was there actually. And I remember like everyone said, "Oh, when did you move to LA?" And I said 2 weeks ago, and everyone was like, "Whoa, 2 weeks ago?" And you're already like, and I like remember like, wow, I'm never gonna be able to say that I just moved to LA 2 weeks ago again. And now
Yeah.
I've been here for 2 years.
Wow.
And it feels
yeah.
exactly the same. I still feel like I moved here 2 weeks ago.
And now you live really close by.
I know, and I still don't know where anything is.
Still, have you been to his new place
No,
yet?
I haven't. I need to check it out.
Mike's place is going to be like the new place.
Is
during
it?
the
Yeah,
summer.
like in the summertime. Remember how like, hey, can we come over to your house
Yeah,
today?
yeah.
The doors are open. You don't need to ask. You don't need to get permission
It's
from
good.
Zane. It's just come on over every fucking day.
I'm worried the dynamic's going to change this summer about going to Mike's house versus coming here.
Uh-huh.
Because you know how it was like, I was always
Yeah.
like having Mike over and
Yeah.
a few friends hanging out by the pool. Since Mike has his place
And a pool.
Zane's not going to be like, oh, I don't know, I'm just not in the mood to
Yeah,
have
yeah.
people over. We're going to Mike's.
We got
Damn,
an open
I'm
door
down.
policy.
Okay.
Dude, it's like 1976
that's
their
it.
place.
That's what it looked like when I saw the photos.
Yeah,
they
it's
sent. It looks
gonna
really
be
cool.
And I also just finished like putting all my furniture together,
Yeah.
and Matt was very helpful and giving me like critique on.
Nice. Yeah, Matt's great. Matt's
Yeah.
great with that.
He's got a
a good
good eye
room.
for it.
Matt helped me with my bed frame and some art in my room.
Today's the shortest day of the year.
Oh, it's winter. Today's winter.
Today's
is
officially
winter
the
solstice.
first. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
today's
first
officially
day
the
of
day of winter, yeah.
So it's the shortest amount of daylight, meaning from when the sun rises till the sun sets. The sunlight is the shortest, but every day from here on out, the sunlight lasts longer every day until June 21st.
Oh, wow.
So it's all uphill from here.
Wow,
but
that's
it also,
amazing.
it depends what the groundhog's going to say, though.
What's your favorite thing about yourself?
I think it changes every once in a while, but recently I really dig how it sounds so lame and like cliche and overused, but it's like not give a fuck attitude about anything and just like do whatever you want in a kind way. You know, respect people, do things in a kind way. Don't worry about what other people think. I think that lately has been like my favorite thing about me, or taking everything like very lighthearted and in like more of like a jokey matter. And hanging out with honestly you two, Jason, Jeff, all of you have really helped me with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just be a
'Cause you
little
guys
more
are
relaxed.
A little more relaxed. Who cares? Like tranquilo.
We keep our wits about
Yeah.
us in like really stressful times. We don't
Totally.
take anything
You can't-
too seriously.
Yeah.
And even if we do get upset or serious, we get each other out of it in like a really funny way.
Totally. Yeah.
Like if you and me will have like we could get in an argument about something tiny. You and me will then then let's go at it. And we start yelling at each other until the point where we just make it seem like a scene from The Sopranos, and then we're joking about it.
Exactly.
Like, it's I have a good sense of trust with you when it comes to that.
Yeah. Exactly. I think taking things too seriously, especially now, it's just like, fuck, man, you're gonna stress yourself out. You're not gonna enjoy things. I think it's really important just to enjoy everything in life, because I mean, life's very long and very short at the same time. You know, time has wings. It's fucking going fast, like we were talking about earlier.
It's elastic.
Yeah, it fucking bounces. Time can take forever. Like this podcast is flying by because I'm having such a good time, and I don't want it to fly by. You know, I want to enjoy it. And so I think it's hard to stay present sometimes, especially now during this time and like whatever we have, technology and all that. But it's hard to stay present and like enjoy things you're doing. And so if Matt and I ever have like a little disagreement, which we rarely do, we'll deliver it in like an almost like acting scene way.
Like
Exactly.
I will watch you two, and it's like, are you joking?
Yeah,
Do you know that
But
he's
it's
joking?
exciting because
No,
our blood gets
yeah.
thumping because
It's-
we're treating it, but I know where he's going,
Yeah.
and I know it's like hostile improv.
It's fun. Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah.
Or even like Matt, or I'll be leaving and Matt will be like, where the fuck are you going?
Oh, yeah,
Get
yeah.
back here right now.
Yeah. Or like if I come home and like Zane's not here, but like I think Todd's here, I'm like, Todd, are you upstairs? You're like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Get down here right now. Are you fucking kidding? Like I'll yell at him like he's my son,
Yeah, I'll
and
run-
he's in trouble, and he's just like, what? But we just go at it because he knows exactly what I'm drumming on.
I'll run down like, fuck you, Dad, you piece of shit.
No, stop it.
It's a good way to get the anger out.
It's great. And like it's like we're rehearsing a scene almost, and like we really get our blood and our juices going.
But I feel like very few
You know?
people have that type of like connection.
Totally, yeah.
Where it's like you can, jokingly like improv in a comedic way, but we'll just like go at it
Yeah.
like we're really
I'll
mad.
be like,
But-
Matt, do you want to get a say? Oh, shut up, Mike.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
shut
yeah,
up
yeah,
already.
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah, we do that all the time.
I'll do that. Like I picked up this thing. I swear, like the people you hang out with, you kind of like you become and like develop.
Yes.
Definitely Matt and Jeff have had a huge impact on me over the course of the years, because they're both so funny. They can be so dry, and you never like know when they're joking, and they can both be so vulgar sometimes. And so I've picked that up, and I've noticed that like it's not where I'm a dick. I'll just joke around all the time to someone, and they won't understand if I'm joking or not.
You're
Like,
in
I
roast
can't tell-
mode.
Yeah, exactly, Mike. Would you help me with that?
You're in roasting,
roast
you're
mode.
gassing. It's
Yeah, like Joe Volpus, he's great to go back and forth with.
Always in roast. That kid's always in roast mode.
So I have to be prepared because I see him in the morning at the gym. And so the other day he was roasting me and I was working out, and I paid for his 10 sessions of his training session with my friend Julian. And Joe said something about me paying for his next pack. He was talking shit. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like working out. I'm like, you know what? I would pay for another session if I saw some goddamn results.
oh, but he loved that.
But yeah, no, yeah.
I can see that just
No,
making
Joe's just
Joe
like, yeah.
Volpus smile.
Yeah, that's really
instantly.
good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
He loved it. We went back and forth, and it was.
I'm sorry, that's so
Dude.
funny.
And then I'm like, you know what, Julian? Maybe I should fire your ass. You owe me money because you didn't do shit for him. And so
Did you announce that publicly that you paid for 10 sessions?
Yeah, you made a video, right?
I put it in Joe's
Okay.
video. Joe put it in his video.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
That was a nice gift.
Thanks, dude. Yeah.
Has he completed them?
He completed the 10 sessions. Yeah. Yeah, he looks pretty good.
What's the money back guarantee on that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's no insurance on that one. But you're right though. Joe has like some sick like if something like is said like that against him in like a mean but funny way, he'll like turn him on in like a sick way, you know, just sick bastard.
Todd, what's your favorite thing about Natalie?
My favorite thing about Natalie.
And we're out of time. Thanks for.
No. Honestly, everything about her. Besides, you know, I hate saying like when someone's like, "Oh, what's your favorite thing about that person?" Oh, they're funny, they're kind, they're smart, blah blah blah. You know, like all that shit. But she is all those things. Like she's like just like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like waking up. She'll scratch my back very gently as I wake up. So
Is
I
that
can
what
wake
you
up
like?
calmly. I love it.
Okay.
And she does it so I can wake up in like a nice soothing way.
You like the fact that she cares about
She
you.
cares about that. Yeah, exactly. And she cares about me so much, and she'll go like she'll go out of her way to like do so much for me. And like, you know, like I'm very passionate about Clouder Banks and like these sketches that I do. And she's like all for it. She's down to be in them. She's down to act. She's like the first person I show like a song to, you know, because I really care about her opinion. I think she's hilarious. She understands my humor, which is like great because like
Yeah, she really gets you and appreciates you.
yeah,
and
she
like,
does. Yeah, she does. Yeah,
loves you for you.
yeah,
you know?
totally.
Why do you think she's dating you?
No, but honest, she works her ass off. Does so much like behind the scenes, and like she does like goes out of her way like for other people. She just cares so much, and she makes me laugh. And at the end of the day, I want to like, you know, see her because we both are usually pretty busy during the day where we can't see each other like during the week, you know. And so it's like really nice to come home, you know, to see her, hang out with her, and you know, bullshit and have fun, and you know, come home to someone you actually, you know, fucking. Obviously, I care about Zane and Matt.
Yeah.
Care about and love.
A little bit.
You know, a little bit. No, she's great though.
Matthew.
You know how we were watching a holiday movie the other night?
Yes.
And, you know, the basic premise of the entire movie was having a break-in in your home during the holidays.
Yes.
And that is one of our biggest concerns here in our home is having a good sense of security whenever we are away or even when we're home. And that's why we are happy to say that Simply Safe is sponsoring this podcast, Hoot and a Half. If you're not familiar with Simply Safe Home Security delivers award-winning 24/7 home protection. With Simply Safe, you don't just get an arsenal of cameras and sensors. You get the best professional monitors in the business. They've got your back day and night, ready to send police, fire, and EMTs straight to your door whenever you need them the most. We have Simply Safe in our home, and it's been so easy to use. All of our roommates have access to it, and it gives us such a peace of mind whenever we are away from our home. You can set it up yourself in less than 30 minutes. It's super easy. Plus, with Simply Safe, there's no long-term fees or hidden contracts or installation costs. And right now, you, our listener or our watcher, can get a free Simply Safe home security camera when you purchase a Simply Safe system at simplysafe.com/hoot. And even better, you get a 60-day risk-free trial. So there's nothing to lose. Visit simplysafe.com/hoot for your free security camera today. I can say it with you. That's simplysafe.com/hoot.
What's your guys' favorite thing about me?
Oh, I feel like I've said this before, but I'll say it again. My favorite thing about you is how you're consistently curious and you're constantly enriching yourself. Like about anything that you can know nothing about. You're very humble. Like, I don't know anything about that, and I want to learn everything I can about it. Like last night, we watched Magnolia, Paul Thomas Anderson film. It's a 3-hour-long movie. It's an incredible drama, but it takes a certain type of person to be like, I've heard that's a good movie. I believe you when you say it's a good movie, so I'm going to watch it. Very few friends I feel like have close besides like Mike will be like, no, I want to watch that. Like, I love that you really appreciate, I guess not the finer things. You appreciate things that...
Enriching yourself, I think, is
if someone really likes something else, you will like, go, show me why you like that a lot.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I appreciate whenever you have like a random movie or a book, you care to come to me.
or like authors that we like or snippets of books.
Yeah, little quotes. And then Matt will send me a bunch of like, you know, older movies that he thinks I'll enjoy, which I really appreciate it.
Hey, bud.
And, you know, it just helps. And I think with that too, like when Matt and I first met, we both had like a little different type of vibe than everyone else, you know.
The
like
wavelength was
we
different.
culturally have like a lot of things in common. Like this stuff I'm picking up, he's down to pick up stuff he's picking up. I'm down to pick up.
When I'm always like snooping in your room and I come in and I'm like, oh, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? What are you reading? I'm always like curious of like what Matt.
Yes, exactly. He'll come in and I'm watching some Hitchcock movie and he's like, what is this? Right. Ooh, this looks good. And I'm like, oh, you like this? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, watch this scene. Or like, it will be a Streetcar Named Desire. I'm like, look at Marlon Brando in this scene. And Todd's like sucked in and he's there and he like appreciates it.
And it's not something you'll just come across scrolling Instagram or like on Netflix. It's like Matt has a very specific taste of the finer things of art and culture.
I hate that phrase of the finer things. I don't like finer things because they're finer. I think I really just appreciate, I don't know, I appreciate just classic things or things that have been known for what they are in their place in history. And if it's something that had a lot of attention and hype around it because of it, I want to appreciate that from the past.
Yes.
And that's why I love living with Matt.
Yeah, it's like living with a librarian or an encyclopedia of taste.
We have like the library over there. Every once in a while, and it doesn't seem like it, I'll go over there and I'll like the other day was a book about Plato or just philosophy. Picked it up, just read a couple
right
lines.
there.
And it's just nice.
You wouldn't have had it if it wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt's a very enriching person to have in your life. It's very
Now it probably looks like right now I'm blushing, but this is mostly just I call it my just 2 White Claw blush. Or like I get flushed only after like my first 2 drinks, and then it goes away.
Flushed and blushed.
Flushed and blushed. Well, like if I'm not because it looks like I'm blushing.
No, yeah.
But it's just
Not blushing, I'm flushing.
it's because we're gassing you up right now.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about you, Todd, it's twofold. One is I consider you like the Renaissance man of the Vlog Squad, which basically like you're a man of everything. You've written books or a book, writing second book. You put out music. You have your own YouTube channel. You've been a touring member of another band. You basically do everything. And a lot of people get stuck in like, I'm not going to do anything or I'm not going to put anything out until I am an expert at it. It has to be perfect.
Yeah.
You never played an instrument before and you just decided to take piano lessons, and within a year you like are playing on Scott's tour. You never wrote a book before, but you wrote some stuff down and you're like, I'm putting out a book. Fuck it. Like you do things before most people would feel like they're ready to do it. But by virtue of just saying, fuck it, I'm going to do it, you are ahead of most people that haven't. I haven't put out a book. Matt hasn't put out a book. We could. You could. But you're the one that did it. You are a doer. And that is very inspiring.
Whoa, I've never heard it like that
Like
before.
the way that you approach life is like there are bands where like this band called Joy Division from the UK.
Yeah.
They're a punk rock band. They were not that great at playing instruments, but they picked up their guitar, they plugged it in, and they just made noise, and it turned out people liked it. They're not technically the best. They're not going to play the Jimi Hendrix stuff, but if they would have never put that music out and never said we can do it, no one would ever heard of them.
Yeah.
Whoa, do you think that's why the 1975 put in Joy Division on their song "Give Yourself a Try"? The beginning of "Give Yourself a Try" by the 1975 is the Joy Division hook.
Really?
The
and they have another song.
And the name of the song is "Give Yourself a Try."
Yeah.
Todd always gives himself a try.
Yes, you give yourself chances. Most people would say this is going to fail. And no matter, even if you're the best author in the world, if you put out a book, you think you're going to fail.
Yeah.
The amount of confidence you have, even though it may not work out,
yeah,
but it may. Like, you have a book out. I don't know anybody else of my friends that have books out. And plenty of my friends are smart enough and talented enough to write books, but you are a doer. That's my favorite thing about you.
Thanks,
you inspire
man.
me to do things.
Hell yeah.
Because most people don't do things, but you do things. So
I appreciate that. That was very nicely
Cheers
put.
to that.
Cheers, yeah?
to the boys.
Dude, thank you.
Do you have another lofty goal? It doesn't have to be anything in the immediate future, but something you're thinking down the line, like definitely want to do that by that age.
So definitely a movie, a film of some sorts with my friends is a goal of mine. Thinking about the future is so intimidating sometimes, especially like what we do.
Why is it intimidating?
I hate to say, what if like this doesn't last, but when I think about that, I'm like, no, if it doesn't last, I'll make it work being a director, an actor, or a writer, a producer, something. I'm good at what I'm doing now, but the followers might not last forever, and the supporters, maybe there's a few, your mom, your dad, your roommates, your friends.
We'll always support you, Todd.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think it can inspire some people out there, young men or women who have a dream or a goal or a person they really like, and if they want to pursue them, pursue them cautiously, pursue them respectfully, and they become your girlfriend.
Yeah. There was that photo from like, I don't know, a year and a half ago, the black and white photo.
Natalie's birthday last year.
Natalie's birthday last year. We were all hanging out at David's house, all around the fireplace, and I was just taking these black and white. I just set my phone to black and white because it was just one of those nights. I took photos of everybody.
Yeah.
And we were all just drinking, having a good time. The photos were like silly, but Todd the next morning was like, hey, can you send me those photos of me and Natalie? And so I sent it to him, and then he posted the photo of him and Natalie from a year ago saying, Natalie, will you be my girlfriend? And she commented, thank you for this, but I respectfully decline your request.
Really?
This is last year.
Whoa.
December 1st of last year. But now.
And now she's your girlfriend.
This year,
Can you not believe
Isn't
it?
Crazy?
Wow.
No, I know. Manifestation, man. It's a real thing.
It's the law of attraction.
Law of
truly.
attraction. And I think also, besides Natalie and I getting together, your brain is, I think I've talked about this last time, but your brain is so powerful. If you really want something and put your mind to it and write it down and do the necessary steps to get there, it will happen.
Oh yeah, thoughts become things. What you
That-
think is what you are, and what you are becomes your reality.
Yeah.
I believe that fully.
And that's why, like, also with like the whole lightheartedness, jokiness, positive vibe, I think it's really important to have that because you have negative
Yes.
thoughts and there's negative energy and nothing's gonna go right.
You are what
in
you
your
think
world.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so like I've been writing a lot of stuff down, and even I've said this before with touring with Scott, it was like this untouchable dream, like this pipe dream.
Yeah.
Because I saw 21 Pilots, I'm like, wow, they're on stage, fucking having fun, the two best friends, and then Scott and I got to do that twice. I'm like, that's crazy. Doesn't make sense.
You guys gonna do it again?
Yeah, I think so.
By next summer,
And
you
you'll
think?
have your own
That'd be
songs
nice.
you could play too.
Yeah, but we'll see how my voice is in person.
Are you taking voice lessons?
Actually, I was supposed to start last week.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
But
starting
it's
vocal
hard
That's what I'm
to-
lessons.
talking about. This
like-
kid's never sang
Yeah.
before, and he's going out here taking vocal
I
lessons,
know.
putting out songs.
It's remarkable. Mike,
You a little hungry?
oh, I'm starving.
I'm a little
Mike.
hungry too.
I know, but you know what? We're gonna fire up right after this podcast.
I'm very excited for it.
Hello Fresh.
Hello, Fresh.
If you guys are not familiar with HelloFresh is how you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering recipes delivered straight to your door. It's HelloFresh. It's America's #1 meal kit. It lets you skip those trips to the grocery store and makes home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. The recipes are easy to follow with simple steps and pictures to guide you along the way. And it comes at a great value. You save 40% compared to when you shop for groceries at an actual grocery store. Feeding the whole family has never been easier with lower prices for larger box sizes. So, more servings means more savings. And what I love about HelloFresh is they are all about giving back. So far in 2020, they have donated 3.5 million meals.
The packaging that HelloFresh uses to ship your food is almost entirely made from recyclable and or already recycled content.
I use HelloFresh. My roommates use HelloFresh. Mike and I use HelloFresh together. And let's just say every time we do use it, the entire household gets so excited because the meals are that good. So if you're interested in HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com/Hoot80 and use code Hoot80, Hoot 80 for $80 off and free shipping.
$80 off?
$80 off, Mike. Can you believe it?
That's really good.
That is a deal.
I'm glad we got that for our listeners. That's really fun.
Me too, and I'm glad we have it for ourselves because I love eating HelloFresh. So if you're interested in HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com/Hoot80 and use our code Hoot80 for $80 off and free shipping.
That's Hoot80, Hoot 80. Check it out today.
Basketball. What do you guys think about the Lakers this year, huh?
The Lakers, man, have been doing an excellent job. I feel like both on defense and offense. I think they just need to score more baskets, man.
That's a great point, Matt. I was thinking they shouldn't score more baskets, but the way that you just phrased that, I agree. They should score more baskets. Todd?
That would be so funny if we fucking just had like a sports radio station and all we said, yeah, I think they just need to score more and play some defense, maybe.
I mean, sports talk. Ugh.
I mean, but the other day though, like Patricia knows so much about sports, like to the point where I'm like,
I do
"Babe,
too, but
I can't
I'm sick of
follow
it."
what
You
you're
know
saying.
sports?
Bro, me growing up, I was like a fucking encyclopedia for basketball, football, and hockey.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm just a Wikipedia of all celebrities and pop
Yeah.
culture.
You're a Wikipedia for like rare Pokemon cards.
In a way, not Pokemon, but I guess like Pokemon cards of life. I think.
You're an encyclopedia
But-
of pop culture.
A pop culture, but the thing is, if I know too much about sports, then I get really emotionally invested, and then if that team loses,
It's a bummer.
Yeah, I feel like I'm bad luck for any sports team though. Rarely has a sports team won
Does-
tip besides the Dallas Mavericks winning my freshman year of college.
That was an amazing series. Dirk Nowitzki like just went off. He was
Tall
he
guy
killed
shooting
it.
threes.
They named a street after him.
Nowitzki.
Yep.
He
Did I ever
was
tell you
a-
about the time I met Mark Cuban?
Yeah, I think maybe not.
I was at South by Southwest. It was like me, Andrea Russett, and Zach Piona, and he was pitching to us Cyberdust at this party, and we had a lot of drinks, and I couldn't. But it was a very small private party.
Cyberdust was an app that he invested in.
An app that he invested in, Mark Cuban did, and it was this app that encrypted your text messages and made them delete like almost
Auto-delete
immediately,
them.
like basically like a Snapchat.
Yes.
And he was thinking this is the safest way of texting SMS communicate.
Communication.
Yeah.
We're listening.
We're listening. And I was listening to him pitch it, and I was like, one, Cyberdust. The name already sounds like you're up to no good. Why can't any other standard messaging feature have this?
Also, the
why
word
can't any
cyber?
standard? Why couldn't any standard messaging app just have this feature? Why does it have to be this whole separate app? And then I said, "You have kids, right?" And he looked me dead in the eye, and I go, "How would you feel like if your kids were on Cyberdust? If you found out your kids were on Cyberdust?" Just trying to get under his skin.
What did he say?
He looked me dead in the eye and was like, "Look, I have kids. Yes, and I trust them. Okay, I know what they're up to and what they're doing. I don't care if they're on Cyberdust." I'm like, "Okay," and for that reason, I'm out. No, but it was a good talk, but it was just so funny having Mark Cuban try to pitch me something.
Was he drinking?
I don't think he was drinking. No, I was definitely drinking, and it was South by Southwest, and it was nightfall, so I'd been drinking all day.
Didn't you guys go to South by Southwest together?
Wait, yeah. Oh, Mike and we run South by Southwest, but I also think Mike has this funny story that I do not believe happened, where you met Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
tell
this
this Lady
100%
Gaga story,
happened.
because every time he tells this story, I think you're making this up. So say it.
So we're at South by Southwest one year, and we're at this Reggie Watts show, and he's like a improviser, musician, whatever. Matt was actually at the same show, I think, but we didn't know each other at the time. We go to the VIP section. I'm hanging out in the VIP section. We're watching the show. It's great. And then there's all this like commotion behind us. And the commotion was because Lady Gaga was coming in to like watch the show VIP. And they basically kicked like almost everybody out of the VIP. It was like me and my brothers and my friends. And like they kicked basically all my friends out of the VIP. But for some reason, I was still there. And I'm like drinking. I'm having a good time. But she is like standing right next to me, and everyone is like not watching the show. They're all taking photos of her. And so I'm just like, why is everyone taking pictures of you? And she's like, oh, because I'm like a singer. And I was like, oh, what kind of music do you do? And she was like, oh, you never heard of me? I'm Lady Gaga. I was like, I know who you are, but like I actually don't know your music that well. And I have not heard Lady Gaga songs. Like, well, go ahead.
I believe it.
I don't.
Right now, you still believe it. Now, keep
You know
going.
what? Wait, okay, you have to finish the story.
Why do you believe
can I
it?
can I intervene?
Yeah.
Because one time we're at Stas's house, and Kylie Jenner's there,
Oh,
and Mike
yes.
goes, "Hi, I'm Mike. What's your name?" To
I
Kylie
don't-
Jenner.
Wait, have we said this story before?
No.
And I
Sorry,
bet
I'm
Mike
not-
always
I'm not
tries
trying to put you on blast.
No, Mike always tries to maybe cut it out if we have said this story before.
Because I feel like an idiot not knowing who these people
Okay,
are.
well, wait, I'll give you the skinny. We were at Stas's house.
Plastic surgery changes people.
We were at Stas's house. Kylie comes into Stas's house, like unannounced, walks in, and
it wasn't a party or
and
anything.
she goes,
It was just
no,
us.
it was
Just us.
literally just us hanging out. And Kylie comes in and goes, Stas, please stay the night at my house. Guys, can everyone here please convince Stas that she needs to stay the night at my house?
This girl came in and
Mike had been living here for less than 2 weeks. And Kylie's just, giving this whole spiel. And we're like, yeah, totally. Go, Stas, go stay the night at Kylie's.
But we were like
And
having
Mike-
a party, and it was having a good time. And this other girl is like, you need to come with me now.
And Mike looks at Kylie and goes, I'm sorry, who are you? And you, me, all of us, we just look at Mike and we're like, what the hell?
Wait, the reenactment that you just did, it was so good. Like, who are, because like Mike's just like, hold on, who are you?
'Cause it was
Yeah,
so-
because she
so-
was just ran in, just talking the whole...
Because it was like this. We were like having a good time, and then this girl just comes in and is like, this party is over. She's coming with me. And it was just like...
But in my mind, I thought that you already knew who Kylie was. And you
I know
were
who she is, but I didn't know what she looks like.
I know, but I thought right when she walked in, you knew it was Kylie Jenner, and then you thought this was going to be your cool thing to say to her. Who
Yeah,
are
I need-
you?
yeah, I need to impress
make-
Kylie Jenner.
Just to, I don't know, make her humble herself in front of us.
No,
but
dude. Well, when she said Kylie...
Yeah, she
And then-
looked at him, but she wasn't like that offended. She goes, I'm Kylie.
But when she said that, and I know you had, like, one of you guys had mentioned like someone was friends with someone, like, and then I realized immediately, oh, that's probably Kylie Jenner, and I said,
It's so
oh,
funny.
sorry, I never had come like whatever. It doesn't
No,
matter.
no,
I don't-
Mike, no, it's funny. It's funny.
I
No,
don't
it's
come
funny.
across
All right.
like pop culture to me is like I don't follow
No,
pop culture.
yeah.
I don't like know. I don't follow like anyway.
Yes.
So
I
I,
get
get-
that.
I never
And
really.
I forgive you.
I just think it's a funny story, and I feel like the way Matt also like reenacted it, you seem like very genuine. Like you're trying to have a good time, you're drunk, and you're like, you don't want the party to end. You're like, hold on, who are you? Like I don't want this
Yeah,
party
it was
to end.
so. Anyway,
So
so
Lady Gaga.
Rewind. Yeah, rewind
okay,
back
so
to Lady Gaga.
I know who Lady Gaga is, but like literally no one was watching the show, and everyone was just taking pictures of her.
Was it the band Phoenix playing?
No, it was,
It was Reggie Watts.
it was Reggie
yeah,
Watts, and I like felt bad for Reggie Watts, and I was like, why is everyone like, this is like, everyone
Get him on stage. He's in Phoenix. It's the mania.
But the sad thing is, he could probably play the song, so he fucking plays
Yeah,
every
well-
instrument. Okay, so go
Okay,
ahead.
so I was just like trying, I made conversation with her because like there's not that many people in the VIP, but so I just said like, oh, so what's your deal? She's like, oh, I do pop music, and I was like, oh no, I know. Like, she's like, have you heard any of my songs? And I was like, I don't think so. And she was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, no, I don't really listen to like pop music. And she's like, oh, okay. How about this one? And then she started singing one of her songs with her two dancers and like did this thing with like this and was like
the Roma.
yeah. And I'm standing there like watching her do this, and everyone's like taking pictures of this, and I'm just like, it's really okay. Like, you don't have to do this right now. Like, I get it. You're like, I got it. You're a pop star. And she's like, you haven't heard that song? I was like, I can't hear what you're doing right now. Like, this is not.
And meanwhile, Phoenix, Reggie Watts is playing.
Yeah, Reggie Watts is trying to bring down the house, and so I was just like, no, it's okay. Like, I get it. You're a pop. Like, she's like, you should come to my show, and I was like, oh, cool. When is it? She's like, it's tomorrow night at the Dorito stage, and I was like,
The Dorito stage.
oh, and we like talked for like 15 minutes, and she's like, you should come to my show, and I said, okay, cool. I didn't end up going, but like she
Yeah.
invited me to her show, and then like,
And you guys got a picture. I've
Oh,
seen the picture.
and so just like, yeah, we just like chirped it up, and then she was like, all right, I'll see you later, and then she left because like whatever, she had other things to do, but. Matt doesn't believe that story happened.
I believe you met Lady Gaga. I believe you got a picture with Lady Gaga. I believe you maybe did not know who she was.
I knew who she was. I didn't know her music.
Mike, I do not believe Lady Gaga went, you don't know who I am? Girls, come here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Roma,
Dude, I'm telling
Roma.
you.
Okay.
Okay,
No
there-
way
if
Lady
it- if it-
Gaga would do that.
If we
ever.
can dig up the media from her being photographed that night,
I'm sure.
I'm
we
sure
can.
there's
I
I'm
have-
sure there's photos.
I have
Of her,
Of
what,
her-
backstage
No, if
making
she was
her
doing,
friends
like,
It's not
prove-
backstage in a VIP.
Okay, but prove to people who she was by
It wasn't.
busting
No,
out
she
a
wasn't
move.
proving who she was. She like we were both from New Jersey. She was like
she having
She was
fun?
exactly
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to prove you
not
who
who she was. She was like, oh, you don't know my song.
what if you did that and you were like, I still don't care.
I literally, she was doing this, and I was like, it's really okay. You don't need to like.
And then Mike and Lady Gaga ended up hooking up on
No,
the stage that night.
no.
I think I would have heard that story.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on from your Lady Gaga story. One time I was on Molly during Florence and the Machine.
I was there.
Yeah, Coachella, like,
Yeah.
2016. Oh my God, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
That was a Sunday before Drake came out. And dude, I was in heaven just on Molly with like, this was like years ago. This one girl I was hanging out with, just us two like dancing around, like just running around like idiots in this field. And like, it sounds so stupid because you're like this, like you're on drugs, obviously, and you probably look so ridiculous, but it's just like this euphoric
It
feeling.
was perfect because
like,
we were so far back in the crowd
Yeah.
where we had so much
Yeah, yeah.
area around us to dance. And that's
Yes,
the time
yeah,
when I
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about with Jason on the podcast where he got us all together in that group and told
Dude.
us how much he loved us and
Yeah.
how
And like, this
what
is gonna
all the
work
things
out.
we were gonna achieve. It was
and someone like Florence playing, and you're just like in like this like
Euphoric state.
high state. It is so bizarre because afterwards, like she like finishes, you're like
get
you're
it.
kind of like coming down from that high. You're like, holy fuck, was that real? Like that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I know Coachella sounds like so like lame and like this like whole like scene, like LA scene.
It is.
But it is. But if you make it your like, if you can like go to Coachella and make it your own, like have fun with your friends. I've been going to Coachella since like 2014. I
Whoa.
camped the first 3 years. And that was fucking so much fun. You're just roughing it, camping, running around, you're partying with the people in the campsites. You're really just like, I didn't shower the whole weekend. It was just so much goddamn fun. And now thinking about like it not being for like the next, like this past year and like this year coming up now, it's just like, we'll live.
I think it may happen this year.
Because nobody could go to Coachella,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not that bad.
You're not
It'd be
missing
the
out.
worst, like you couldn't go to
But
Coachella because of something else.
I
Nobody
also
went
like
to Coachella.
cringe at myself, like talking about Coachella, like, cause it's like this whole like thing, like, oh, Coachella, blah, blah, blah. But it's actually a lot of fun.
I think
it's
that
so much fun.
The distinction is like if you go to Coachella because you care about what other people think, then it's like,
yeah.
But if you go to Coachella
you
just because
go.
you want to enjoy yourself, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also sometimes think like Coachella too, or I started having better times at Coachella where I gave up on actually really wanting to go and see the bands I want to. If that makes
That
sense.
if you're going as a music fan, it's really tough.
Music festivals, it's really hard if you're with a whole bunch of people and there's certain people that you want to see. I mean, by all means, go and see them. But once you kind of give up that mentality and just stick with your group the entire time, and know
It's
that
fun.
you will see those artists whenever they do come to your town, that's, I think, the time to really appreciate it. But when you just enjoy the
Just
present,
enjoy it.
We all saw Tame Impala together at this
Oh,
last.
yes.
In
That was
1975.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god, that
gosh.
was so sick.
Insane. Mike, do you remember when you bent down? You did. You snorted Molly in front of that little kid.
that did not happen.
That was me.
Well, hopefully the end is in sight with everything that's going on in the world right now. And so hopefully we have many, 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 many more Coachellas to go. Who knows? You could be even playing at Coachella next year.
During the day, 10
Lollapalooza,
10 a.m.
Outside Lands, ACL. We'll do the whole tour.
Hell yeah! Can you imagine that? You know, we'll play on a Thursday or Friday, so we can party the rest of the weekend together.
Yes, and you'll have a bus. Like, remember when we went to Outside Lands
Yeah.
and like Tiny Meat Gang, Cody and Noel were
Oh,
performing
yeah,
and we got
yeah,
to go
that
on
was
the
sick.
bus. That was cool, like
Wait.
being at a music festival
Yeah,
on the bus.
Okay, me and Matt and I, we went to Outside Lands together, just
Okay.
us two,
Where's that?
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was so much fun. We're just us two in a hotel. We're running around like SF in Outside Lands. It was like the fucking best time. We don't have to worry about anybody else. We're just fucking going,
Yes,
seeing like,
it was
whoever we want to
all
see.
in our own time and
Like-
our own pace.
Like I saw 21 Pilots and you saw
Lumineers.
So he went. It was fine though. He went there and I saw 21 Pilots.
and we
it
met
was
up
great.
like easily right
Yeah.
after.
Yeah,
It would have
it
been
was
a
so
disaster.
much
Two
fun.
people is so easy
Yeah.
to link up and just have a good time at a festival.
Yeah, it was fucking.
Oh man,
Well, we got to
festival
do that
season.
again, and I,
I know.
hope that you book it
one day.
one day.
Well, thank you for having me, guys.
Dude, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, of
This
course.
was great. This was like the best, like kind of a, I don't know, nice seasonal moment and farewell
Yeah.
until next year.
You've
Very-
crashed multiple episodes before, but now we got the full can of beans.
no,
the full
fucking
video.
it's a full crash. You know, I guess it's not a crash because I'm in it. But,
Todd, one last message for all the people out there.
oh fuck, it's a lot of pressure.
I don't know. Just be relaxed.
Yeah.
You're good.
Hey, shit. Okay,
It's
you got it.
new
heart.
Todd.
Hey.
It's new Todd.
Hey, you got it.
Oh, he's taking the mic out.
All right. Happy holidays, everyone. Remember, keep on keeping on. Don't really give a shit about what other people think about you. You know, everyone's a critic, and opinions are like assholes. Everyone has them.
Todd Smith, ladies
God
and
bless
gentlemen.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thanks,
buddy.
guys.
Love you, man.